Okay, man, what's going on? The first thing is first in this video here, for those that's trying to actually like write a book or whatever, I know what a lot of you are thinking. You're like, man, writing a book is hard, man. That shit is fucking difficult. Like, man, how the fuck do you write all of this shit together? How you guys put, how do you put out a book so much to where it's consistent, has a consistent plot, characters, everything, man. Like that shit sounds like it's way too much. I feel like a lot of people who try to write like stories or whatever, they don't understand like uh, structure, man. Or I think I wouldn't say like understand structure. Maybe that's the wrong way to go about it. But I think a lot of people who write or whatever, or they have a story inside of them, they psych themselves out. They don't think that they can write a story, or they don't think they can put a book out. Um, Me and my girlfriend, we went to a writer's workshop not that long ago, and my girl's not a writer at all, but she went in there and we got an exercise where we had to choose like these different like pictures and stuff like that. And so the art gallery downtown, and the exercise was we had to write a story based on just that photo, just that picture, just that painting. We were timed and we had to put it out. And the thing with that is like I mean, the story just comes to you. You know what I'm saying? Like the story comes to you. I think anybody can write a story, but it just takes the certain person to actually structure it and put it together. But everybody has a story to tell. I'm saying not just writers. So people think just Stephen King has a story to tell, or E.L. James has a story to tell, or Stephanie Meyer's got a story to tell, or put all these famous writers out there, and they're like, man, these guys are writers. I think anybody's a writer. Period. The problem with it is that we have to set the structure. The structure is developing characters, actually developing plot, knowing what plot actually is, knowing how to structure plot. Because the whole point of plot is, you have point A, and then you have point B, and then you have point C. But point C sets you, or point A sets you up for point B, so that way point B will get you to point C. And that's the whole flow of a plot. And that's the things that people have to understand. Once you pretty much get that, and then you have your characters, you have your stories or whatever, you're all set. The way I usually write a story is I already know who the characters are, what's going to happen, and then how the ending is going to how the story's going to end. So before I even write the story, I already know how the ending is going to be. It's going to be a much harder time if you don't know what the ending is going to be at all to your own story. Um, I don't know if this is a good or bad example, but don't be like the people who made the movie Perfect Stranger, because that shit was hot garbage. Because the people who made that movie didn't even know what the fucking ending was going to be. They literally like tweeted people and Facebook people and asked them, "Hey, what do you want our ending to be?" You know what I'm saying? People, your audience that you're catering to, they're not writers, man. They don't know what the ending's going to be neither. They're going to throw you some bullshit. Um, so the best thing to do, man, is just kind of have your own shit set up and just have everything structured to how you're going to write a story, how you're going to put things together, um, and just put it out there. That's just how basically how it is. Um, the so so like when you write a story together, this is a fucking terrible example, but Black Ice is this shit is a terrible fucking example. But um, because I just wrote this shit, but basically, okay, yeah, I'm fucking I started shit shit in the back. But yeah, man, like yeah, when you're basically writing a story, character development, put yourself in the place of your characters, like act like you are your character, like act like you know what I'm saying, like you are your character, and the struggle of being your character is real. You know, that's the only way you're gonna write your character the best. Um, and my roommate's probably thinking over here talking to myself because I'm making a YouTube video. But yeah, so the best thing to do is like, you know what I'm saying, again, the struggle is written. That's my fucking, I don't know if anyone ever took that rule of writing, but that's my first rule of writing. When you're thinking of you as your character, the struggle is fucking real. The struggle is real. Like, you have a character, you know their background, you know how they're going to react to certain shit, you know how they're going to respond to certain things. You cater dialogue towards that character, and then now you have that character, but then you have another character that comes in, and then the same thing applies to them. But then this character, let's say character A, character B. So character B is not going to completely rate to character A, but they're two different people. So you're going to write character B differently than you're going to write character A. So they're going to respond differently to different situations. So, you know what I'm saying, character A is like a, a sympathetic character to certain situations versus character B, who's maybe like a sociopath, kind of antisocial, whatever. So, and a tragic event happens. So character A is already going to be like, oh my god, this is fucked up, or maybe this is like the first time they see something like traumatic, and this is like really fucking them up. Character B is so used to seeing this, you're just kind of like, oh whatever, whatever. So their dialogue is going to be different, and then maybe they're going to conflict with each other because character A doesn't agree with character B's state of mind or their point of view. So their point of views are going to clash with each other. That's just how I think, at least when I write characters. Like when I write characters, like everybody's not going to think the same. Everybody's not going to be the same wavelength. Everybody's not going to be doing the same shit. They might even have different agendas compared to each other, although they're working together, possibly, or maybe they're not working together. So that's something you kind of put into context when you're writing these characters and you're writing the story. And the characters usually write the story. You know, what's your character's backgrounds? What do they do for a living? What are their end goals? What is their goals at the end? What drives these characters to do what they're doing for each character? Not just, you don't want to write everybody the same, because when you write everybody the same, that's a boring ass story. Nobody wants to read that such and such is doing the same thing that such and such is doing, but then they're also doing the same thing such and such is doing. Maybe they're all reaching the same goal, but then maybe again character B is a sociopath, so maybe character B is like has his own agenda compared to everybody else. So he's not trying to do what everybody else is doing. He's not trying to conform to the ways or the laws of what his companions are doing. Maybe his companions are by the book and they're by society, and he's not. So I mean, it it sounds way more tricky and complicated, yeah, when I actually explain it. But once you get it down, man, it's, I don't know. I guess it's just a thing that a lot of people have where they can distinguish different characters from each other to where they don't sound the same. They sound completely different from each other. Um, so that's just a thing I picked up as I was writing, as I just continued to write more. I was like, okay, maybe all these characters aren't going to sound the same when I write them. Uh, that's just how it is. Uh, and another thing too, so I'm checking my tablet. But another thing you said too, as I said before, plot, and plot is a big player in a story. Because when you write plot, plot is like and some of y'all, if you watch this, you've probably been to school or whatever, you've heard about this. But plot basically goes like something at point A starts, and then it goes to point B, and but then to get to point C, something has to happen at point A to get to point C. So it's A, B, C. That's the way plot is usually set up. Um, I can't remember exactly all the exact like in between like statements to it. I probably should look that up before I do it because I went to school several times, learned about it, I still don't remember it. But I know towards the end it's rising action, climax, and then resolution. Um, so you have your middle. I guess how it goes: middle, beginning, or I'm sorry, beginning, middle, and then you have your climax. You have your rising action, and then you have your resolution. So that's pretty much kind of like how everything goes. And then those are pretty much like your more exciting parts, your rising actions and your climaxes, and you're like, oh shit. And then the resolution is supposed to make the reader feel somewhat satisfied at the end, or it makes them go like, oh, okay, this is what's the end of the story, or this is how the story is fizzing out, or is phasing out, or is ending. So just some stuff to remember. And wow, this is a 12-minute video. Damn, I didn't think I was gonna talk for 12 minutes. Shit, 12 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Get that. But yeah, this is just my other video. Just kind of hopefully this like little nugget of knowledge helped out. At least from my experience of just writing for like a very long time. I've been writing since I was 11 years old. 11 years old. I'm 31 now, so I've been writing for exactly 20 years. So I really hope this definitely helps out. I'm going to be posting more stuff, so just stay tuned for that, and I will see y'all guys later. All right, man. See y'all.